met him on a midnight train, wearing boots all worn and cracked, a dusty hat and eyes that said he'd never once look back. He poured a little whiskey, slid a card across to me, said, "Son, I've seen 1,000 hearts, and yours won't set you free." He lit himself a cigarette, the smoke hung in the air, and said, "You're carrying a memory like an old man wears despair. You're thinking about a woman, one you lost along the line. But pain don't pay no interest, boy, and time ain't ever kind." He said, "You gotta know when to hold on, know when to let go, know when to walk away when the wind begins to blow. You never count your heartache while you're sitting in the dark. There's time enough for crying when life has played its card." I asked him how he knew her face was living in my head. He smiled just like the lonely do and softly shook his head. "Saw the way you grip that ring you keep inside your coat. That kind of love don't die, son, it just learns how to float." He said, "You gotta know when to hold on, know when to let go, know when to walk away when the wind begins to blow. You never count your heartache while you're sitting in the dark. There's time enough for crying when life has played its card." Train slowed down, he tipped his hat and stood. He said, "Son, don't chase the past, even if you think you should." He stepped out in the silence, and I never caught his name, but I still hear his voice each time the sorrow calls her name. You gotta hold on, know when to let go, know when to walk away when the wind begins to blow. You never count your heartache while you're sitting in the dark. There's time enough for crying when life has played its card. In a roadside bar on the edge of town, I sat with a drink just trying to settle down. Then you walked in, Lucille, with that familiar grace, but the warmth was gone from your eyes and face. You said you were tired of being alone, of waiting on love that never really came home. You wanted wings, not roots in the ground, but what you left behind still echoes around. Lucille, you left when I needed you most, when the fields were dry and we were losing the coast. I don't blame you for chasing something real, but why'd you go, Lucille, without saying how you feel? made my share of wrongs, but I held on for us, tried to stay strong. Now you're sitting here like nothing went wrong, but the fire we had's been out too long. Lucille, you left when I needed you most, when the nights were cold and I was barely a ghost. I don't blame you for walking away to heal, but you tore me into Lucille. That's the deal. Now you say you're sorry, but time won't rewind. The harvest is gone and the well's gone dry. We're not the same folks from that faded scene. We're just names in a story that might have been. Lucille, you left when the sky turned gray, and now you return like it's just yesterday. I don't hate you, I just wish I could feel something more than silence for you, Lucille. So here's to the years, to the tears we conceal, to the love that once lived, and the hurt that's still real, Lucille. Underneath the wide blue sky, you came with a gentle smile. Your eyes speak words I can't explain. You're driving me a little insane. Crazy beautiful, you got me mesmerized. In your arms the whole world feels right. Crazy beautiful, you never do me wrong. You're the midnight star shining so strong. You're like the wind that softly sings, touching my soul with tender wings. Every moment by your side is a song that never dies. Crazy beautiful, you got me mesmerized. In your arms the whole world feels right. Crazy beautiful, you never do me wrong. You're the midnight star shining so strong. May wind and turn, you're the reason my heart still burns, to keep on moving through it all, with your love that never falls. Crazy beautiful, you got me mesmerized. In your arms the whole world feels right. Forever bound for He was born where the river bends slow, in a house built with hands and hope. His daddy worked the fields from dawn to night. Mama sang by the firelight. He dreamed of more than rusted plows, but never once forgot his vow. He left one morning, boots full of mud, with a suitcase and a prayer to God. The city lights were bright and cruel, but he held on to country rules. Years of sweat, no easy days, but hard work carved his name in praise. Now he's the pride of the valley, the boy who chased a dream and came back home. He built roads where there was nothing, schools and farms where weeds had grown. He brought the light to where it faded, raised the flag with his own hand. Now every child in that small town knows the name of the son of the land. He drives through the village every morn, waves to the kids he once was born among. On the chapels new, the clinic's free, the old folks smile with dignity. And when he speaks at county fairs, they say he made us proud just being there. Now he's the pride of the valley, the boy who dared to dream and made it true. He sowed hope where there was silence and gave the land a life anew. He brought the harvest back with honor. He did more than we ever planned. He's more than just a story now. He's our hero, the son of the land. So if you see a man with weathered hands, standing tall where dreams began, just know you're looking at a legend, the humble heart of this proud land, the son of the land. I woke up on a Sunday, face down on the floor, empty bottle in my hand, like the night before. The mirror showed a stranger with bloodshot, hollow eyes. I said, Lord, if you can hear me, I'm tired of living lies. Used to drink to drown the memories of love and dreams long gone. Bar stools were my altar, and whiskey was my song. But one night in that silence, I heard a voice so true. He said, son, this ain't the end, I've got a plan for you. Between the bottle and But grace found me trembling in the ruins of my mind. Now I'm trading bitter sorrow for peace I never knew. The bottle broke me down, but the Bible pulled me through. Preacher didn't judge me, just held my shaking hand. Said sometimes broken people are part of God's own plan. Now I sit here every evening with coffee, not with gin, and I sing Amazing Grace, where my story once had sin. Between the bottle and the Bible I was lost, but now I'm found. Mercy met me kneeling on that dusty chapel ground. I gave up all the poison for a truth that's pure and new. The bottle wrote my past, but the Bible wrote me true. So if you're drowning in your darkness and think it's all too late, just know the road to heaven is paved with tears and grace.
There's a whisper in the wind that chills the bone, a shadow in the wheat, walking all alone. The trumpet sounded in the break of dawn, and the riders come when the veil is gone. He don't knock twice, he walks right in, with eyes like fire and a voice like sin. He counts the names that time forgot and reaps the seeds the world has wrought. When the man comes around, the silence breaks. The earth will tremble, the heavens shake. He ain't bringing comfort, he ain't bringing peace. He's calling the wolves, unleashing the beast. So pray while you stand or fall to the ground. The man comes around. The kings and beggars, they stand the same. When truth walks in and calls your name, the gold you held won't buy you bread, and the lies you told won't cheat your debt. When the man comes around, the sky turns black. The angels weep and don't look back. He ain't got mercy in his right hand, he's got a book and a burning brand. So bow your head or make your stand when the man comes around. From the ashes of the saints to the dust of pride, every secret sin will be set outside. There's nowhere to run when the Lamb appears, and the Lamb walks slow, but he draws near. When the man comes around, the judgment falls. No locked door, no prison walls. He speaks of justice carved in flame, and none will stand who curse his name. So hear the wind, that solemn sound, the man comes around.
And behold, he rideth not with sword nor crown, but with eyes that see, and truth that burns down. see, the truth burns down.
And behold, he rideth not with sword nor crown, but with eyes that see, and truth that burns down.